What's up, everybody? In this Liza P build guide, I'm going to be covering my shovel blade, aka the shoveler build, which is a quality build that allows for good range attacks and great stagger while maintaining the immense damage that you can get from blunt weapons. Yes, and you heard me right, I made a shoveler build, and this is somewhat a reference to Mystery Men, which, it is what it is. Think of that movie what you want, but the fact that I can make a shovel build in Liza P, chef's kiss. I love it. The weapon used for this build is the military shovel blade with the default handle, because I saw no reason to swap out handles, as this alone is great by itself. But I'm sure some of you have figured out great handles for this weapon, especially considering that normal attacks with this weapon are pretty slow, but you'll be utilizing the charge attack more often than not anyway. Regardless, this will still obliterate enemies and bosses no problem. The shovel build focuses on dealing immense damage by taking advantage of its charge attack, similar to the saw blade build, to wreck enemies or stagger them with its 2-hit combo charge attack. As I mentioned earlier, normal attacks will just be slow, so just be mindful of that. But you'll be focusing more on the charge attack, using that more often anyway. And you will, kill normal enemies within your level in 2-3 hits, like most builds have been so far that I've done. Well, the previous two, actually. The main source of damage will come from using Alter Fable Art, which transforms your weapon similar to Bloodborne and temporarily increases attack in combination with Puppet String Legion Arm. So yeah, you will freaking use the Alter Fable Art. It extends the weapon, basically. You get a boost in your attack for a short period of time. Pop that. And then, as soon as you can, use Puppet String to go in like Spider-Man and basically do the heavy attack hit, and you'll do a lot of damage, if not most of the time, stagger an enemy. And another great thing about this too is after you do that combination and you got enough, Fable Art slots left over, use the main Fable Art, which is Furious Spinning Slash, instead of Fatal Attack when the enemy has been staggered and it's on its knee or whatever. Use the Furious Spinning Slash to dish out more damage. You hold it down, hold the button down, and you'll go longer with it, do immense damage with it. But outside of boss fights, when using Furious Spinning Slash, you're going to use that Fable Art for mobs, enemies that are surrounding you and trying to just take you down quickly. And this is going to be a great way to essentially deal with mobs in this game. I just find it incredible because you're just going to just obliterate them, kill them quickly every time using that method. Or if you just want to use it on like a sort of mini boss, as well as bosses, or just like a elite enemy, in a sense that's going to be really tough, go ahead, use Furious Spinning Slash on them effectively, and you will destroy them. So as usual, I go to stats next here, and like my other quality builds so far, most are going to be the same with Vitality 33, Vigor 20, Capacity 25, or at least 24. Motivity 26, Technique 26, but you want to get those at least 22 respectively. Then you can add in the Strength Amulet and the Technique Amulet to get them to 26 each respectively. And of course, equipment, I said I'm using this Puppet String, which allows you to go Spider-Man-like, Military Shovel Blade. Amulets, you're going to need the Carrier's Amulet +1 for this because of the weight of everything else you're using here. And then of course, Patience Amulet, standard in my builds. And then Strength Amulet, along with Technique Amulet. Obviously switch these out though if you want to. If you want to maybe, focus on doing damage to a certain type of enemy, like humans, puppets, or carcasses, for example. Go hand with that. Or if you want to do more crit, potentially. So, up to you on that. Defensive parts, you guys know from the previous videos, this part is going to be pretty much universal on my builds because of this great physical damage reduction of it. This one you're going to swap around with depending on what enemies you're dealing with in a situation, so just keep that in mind. You'll swap between the capacity, insulation, radiation, and corrosion resistance one, so just keep that in mind. This as well, you'll probably swap this around a bit. You're going to most likely mainly use shock cartridge, but you may swap this out for the disruption cartridge or break cartridge. This one also I feel is going to be relatively universal with my builds going forward. unless you're the type of person that wants to or cares more about pierce damage reduction or strike damage reduction, depending on what enemies you're going against. But I find this to be relatively great overall, so I haven't had much issues with that. Now, when it comes to the P organ skill tree here, this is going to be very similar to the Saw Blade build, where I'm going to increase pulse cells here, and then put in enhanced Fable Arts attack, because this is going to be very stagger and Fable Art focus, much like the Saw Blade build I did. So, and I also put in enhanced guard regain recovery 1. Then I put Link dodge in here with enhanced charge stagger attack and enhanced pulse cell recovery 1. Then add Fable slots 1 here, so it helps with adding another one there. Perfect guard Fable charge enhance, and enhanced weapon attack when durability is at maximum 1. And then of course increase staggerable window, so that way if anything happens to delay you while they're staggered, they'll stay staggered longer. You have an opportunity to utilize your Fable Art, or if you want to sometimes do the fatal attack. And then of course I had to put in increased stagger duration 1, lower charge attack stamina consumption 1, because that's going to be very important to utilize with your charge attack. Then I go into increased pulse cells 2, put in enhanced charger attack 2, increased pulse cells 3, and then I go into add amulet slots 1, put in here lowers guard regain reduction 2, perfect guard destruction enhanced 2, for those times where you do pull for perfect guard, it's going to help. And then retain guard regain 1, and then slide in here enhanced perfect guard destruction 1, and enhanced guard regain recovery 2. Then moving on to phase 3, I got enhanced pulse cell recovery 2, enhanced Fable Arts attack 2, and increased pulse cells 4, so we get that pulse cell number up as much as possible, because we want to have 10 as max, and then reduce stamina consumption from dash. Phase 4, add amulet slots 2, so that we get 4 amulet slots, and then added in here lower weapon duration consumption, perfect guard regain recovery, quick wish stone use. But you don't have to have that wish stone. That can be changed out for something else you want, honestly. Now go into increase special grindstone uses, and put in here lowers natural recovery upon weapon attack, lower damage while dodging 2, perfect guard Fable charge enhance 2. And then lastly in phase 5, increase staggerable window 2. I put in here increase stagger duration 2, increase pulse cell 5, lower charge attack stamina consumption 2, special grindstone increase effect duration 1, because of my favorite special grindstone, which temporarily allows your blocks to essentially do perfect guards to counter your enemies and bosses attacks. I love it. I love it. So that wraps it up for this build guide video. Hope you enjoyed this. Hopefully it was helpful to you. And if it was, please, as always, smash that like button. If you're new, subscribe and hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss any of my content on here. My name's Mike. Thanks for watching.